Hey everyone, I'm Sam. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Colombia, but I was raised in the United States. I have studied marketing and management as well as international relations, but I have been a private English teacher for a little over a year now. I have taught students from all ages, levels, and backgrounds, but my specialty is in business English, visa, and job interview preparation as well as exam preparation. My lessons are very conversation and comprehension focused, and I always personalize them according to your needs and your goals. Now, for my lesson today, I want to talk to you about a topic that many English learners have questions about, and that is the modal verbs of obligation. So these verbs, like their name says, are used to express a sense of obligation or lack thereof. So for example, let me tell you about my obligations for the week. So this week, I have to go to work. I should go to the gym. And I must not forget about my dentist appointment. As you heard, I use three verbs: should, must, and have to. So to know the difference, let me categorize them. First, must and have to. These two verbs are the ones that express an actual obligation. When I said I have to go to work, and I must not forget my dentist appointment, or I must go to my dentist appointment, I mean that there is an obligation to do these things, you know? Whereas when I say I should go to the gym, means there is no obligation. I don't have to go to the gym. No one's gonna force me to. I will be okay if I don't, but I should go. It's good. Now, the difference between must and have to is very subtle, but very, very important. When we use have to, we are implying that the obligation comes from somebody else. Perhaps it is a law or a rule. So when I say that I have to go to work, I mean that my obligation, is coming from my work or my contract. It's a rule, like my contract, my obligation with my job says that I have to go to work. Other examples could be, I have to wear a uniform to work. There's a rule that says I have to. Or you have to be quiet at the movies. On the other hand, when we say I must not miss my dentist appointment, there is an obligation there as well, but it's not an obligation on the same level as have to. When we use must, the obligation comes from me. So if I miss my appointment, I will be okay. No one can force me to go to that appointment other than myself. There is no law, there is no rule. So when I say I must go, I imply that the obligation comes from me. It's kind of like saying I must call my mom tonight. There is an obligation, but there is no rule or law saying, oh yeah, you have to call your mom tonight. No, I'm saying I must. The obligation comes from me. Another key difference to know the difference between these two verbs is to know that must is usually used in written English, whereas have to is most often used in spoken English. So you will very rarely hear people use must in spoken conversation. You will, but not as often as have to. So understanding the difference between have to and must and the other modal verbs takes time and practice. Also, understanding spoken English can also be very important on your English learning journey. So if you have questions or want to learn more about this topic, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you. Bye-bye.